What's your name, sir?
William Gann.
William, and you were in the hotel there?
Yeah, I was like 4 doors down. We were watching NCIS, and then I heard a bullhorn. And I looked out the window, and I told my wife, I said, "You got a problem out here." There was cops there with automatic weapons, and she went and hid in the bathroom.
All I know to do was just hide because they had guns everywhere.
So we don't really know what it was about. We heard somebody rob some banks or something. It was kind of scary.
What did it look like from your vantage point?
Well, I got pictures on my phone out the window. I mean, they had M16s, and I was taking pictures. And actually, there was a police officer to my right snuck up behind me looking out the window. And I'm looking out the window with all these police officers with guns, and he banged on the window really loud and scared the living crap out of me. And I ran back in and jumped on the bed real fast, but that's all we know.
Yeah.
Don't know anything else.
So what happened? You guys were just hanging out here? And then what
No,
happened?
we actually stay here. I'm an electrical contractor. We stay here.
You're staying. What happened? You were staying here?
We were watching NCIS and woke up and heard bullhorns. I looked out the window and I saw guns and M16s. And
They had one guy over there by the office.
Yeah, they had one guy behind my truck, African-American gentleman behind the truck, and then...
suspect or a cop?
I don't know. I got it on my
suspect.
phone.
No, it looked like
I took a bunch of pictures.
What did you think when this was all happening? I mean, what scary? I mean,
It scared the heck out of me. It scared her even more. But I mix military, so it wouldn't bother me that much, but still.
Did you hear the gunshot? I understand there's one deceased in there. Did you hear a gunshot?
Deceased.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
no, I did not hear the gunshot.
So you're watching NCIS and you look out your window and it's like real
Yeah,
life.
I collected NCIS. Yeah, well, I love that show. But yeah, I was watching NCIS and I looked outside and there was cops everywhere, so yeah, it was kind of weird.
Like you're in a real life movie, like a movie basically.
Yeah, no, I pushed mute on NCIS and watched outside instead. Until they banged on the window and made me get back in the room.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I didn't know anything about what's going on.
What's your name?
William Gann, G-A-N-N.
William, did you see how many suspects they had in custody in
I
there?
think 2 or 3.
I think 3.
Yeah, it took a long time to get the last one out because they had already had one apprehended, and it took a long time. They were just trying to get the other one to come out, or 1 or 2, whoever was in there, and they finally got 1 or 2 out. We thought they were going to bust the door down. They didn't bust the door down, so.
Yeah.
So you guys live over there, or you?
Yeah, we're staying here now. We're fixing to buy a house. So we're staying
gotcha.
here. Yeah.
Didn't expect to see this.
No.
Well, William, so you got some good pictures?
Yeah,
Do you
well, I
think
mean, I'm not sure how good
we could use
pictures
some
are.
of them?
We got them with our finest.
Yeah, I'm not sure how good they are, but.
What unit? Do you guys remember what unit number it was that they were trying to get him out
We're
of?
125, and it was further down this side, towards 1960.
Yeah. Belinda Gann.
And Belinda, tell me, you were staying at the motel, and what happened this morning?
We were watching NCIS and we heard a bullhorn, and my husband looked out the window and there was a bunch of police officers out there, one with a M16 or whatever. And when I looked out, I looked over towards the office and there was a guy that they had up on the ground. And for a good hour and a half, they were beating on a door trying to get the people to come out, and they wouldn't come out. Finally, they got somebody to come out. And from what I heard, from what they were telling me, that somebody got shot. And I didn't hear any gunshots, but when we looked out again, there was a guy up against our truck. And I told my husband I didn't want to have anything to do with it, so I ran to the bathroom. I was scared. So, but I guess I got everybody out, and everything's okay.
How many officers were in there? Could you tell, just approximate?
It looked like about 50 police officers out here.
Yeah. All different agencies?
Oh, yes, everybody.
SWAT team?
SWAT team. It looked like people in
FBI?
camouflaged. I mean, just all kinds of people.
Okay.
I've never seen that many cops in my life.
Sort of scary thing to wake up to.
Oh, yes.
About what time?
Well, we were awake. We were watching TV.
Yeah. About what time did this start?
Oh, God, about 11 o'clock?
About 11?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Your name one more time?
Belinda Gann.
Spell your last name, Belinda?
Gann.
Okay.
Cedric Collier, Cedrick, Collier, Sergeant, Harris County Sheriff's Office, PIO.
What do you got, Sergeant?
At approximately 12:45 this afternoon, the Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force located a suspect in the 4100 block of FM 1960. The suspect was wanted for armed bank robbery. He was located in this hotel room behind me here. They called out to the suspect over the PA system. He refused to come out. They were there in marked units. They again called out over the loudspeaker for the subject to exit the room. He refused to come out, at which time later the officers entered the room and found the suspect deceased from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. At this point, we have recovered no weapons. The Harris County medical examiners have not made it to the scene, so therefore we haven't moved the body. At this time, we're not going to release the deceased's name or who else was in the room with them.
What were you guys, there was some sort of kind of surveillance on him, right?
Once we located him, we held surveillance till we get other units get here. At that point, he recognized officers being in the area. He came in and out, and then he refused to exit the room once the officers called for him.
Did he say anything to them?
No, he didn't. He just retreated to the back of the room, and at that point, we believe he initiated a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Is anyone else in custody?
No one else is in custody. No officers discharged a weapon. No one else is injured.
So you said it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. You haven't found a weapon.
We haven't recovered. We haven't removed the weapon from the room yet. We can't do that to the ME's office. Make the scene.
Have you seen a weapon?
Yes.
So no one else in custody.
They're only persons of interest. They'll be questioned by the investigators and released at a later time.
How many people?
4.
4 people taken into custody?
1 deceased, 3 detained.
3 detained.
But not arrested, they're just being questioned at this point.
Correct.
They may be arrested, we don't know at this point, right?
Correct.
What bank robbery was he wanted for, do you know?
I don't have that information at this point. He was wanted for armed bank robbery.
Oh.
Just a single? A single bank robbery?
Yes.
Not more than one.
Yes. At this time, 1.
The deceased male was staying at this motel.
Yes.
Do you know for how long?
He was here a few days. We're not certain because the room was rented to in someone else's name, so we don't know exactly how long he was here, but he was here for quite a few days, and the manager have seen him come and go.
How did you guys find out he was here?
We conducted surveillance and used some other police tactics.
What is the involvement with HPD now?
They're part of the Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force. So it's a multi-agency group. They share information and resources to locate suspects.
Were the suspects that you have in custody, were they in the room with the deceased?
They're not suspects, they're persons of interest.
Persons of interest?
Yes.
Were they in the room with
Yes, they were.
Were they armed?
No.
Were they in the room during the gunshot?
No, no one was.
Did your officers hear a gunshot?
They heard what they thought might have been, but they weren't certain, so they didn't enter the room till other officers made the scene.
What ages of people are we talking about that were in the room? Do you have any idea?
I don't have that information, sir. Pretty good?